Hrutkay Mods, and welcome to another special episode where we are coming back from a friend's house. We're coming back from Ken's house, and today's been an eventful day so far. We've already got a lot filmed. I already did a few live streams, which will be included in this video because I'll take them down. But I'm going to be pulling those down and editing them and putting them into this video because it's pretty important in this video. But yeah, we're coming back from Ken's house. We got a lot of goodies in the back that I'll show you when we get home. But today's been very eventful, and it's all because of a busted fuel line on this truck. And I thought it was a transmission problem or a fuel pump problem. It kind of was a fuel pump problem, but the truck would just randomly downshift and lose all power. And that was the engine screaming, "Oh no, I have no fuel. I need to get the RPMs up to get more fuel," which sped up the fuel pump and just pumped it out the bottom of the truck faster. No wonder I was getting really bad fuel mileage. But finally figured it out midway through Indiana, what was going on, and found a local dealership that managed to patch the line. And originally it was going to be $900 because they were going to replace the whole line, but they didn't have enough parts to do it and get me home tonight. So they just patched the line for $235, and I'd really like to thank them. Their name is, I forget what the name was. I'll put it in an annotation right below me. But yeah, we are still in Indiana. It is 5:25, and including the time I spent at that dealership, I've been on the road for about 11 and a half hours. I'm getting pretty worn out, and I still have about four and a half hours to go. But I'll make it there one piece, and everything seems to be going fine right now. So I hope you guys are excited for the video. We're going to go over everything about the trip that has happened so far, and then we'll wrap up the video where we're going, aka the house, where I live and where the Studio 3.0 is. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are ready, and let's get to it. The chat's working. How is everyone? I am driving back from the Lair. I managed to make it through Chicago. And the truck only tried to break down on me twice, so it's still not fixed. But I figured out as long as I control the throttle, the truck doesn't want to break down. But yeah, I'm driving through the middle of Indiana right now. I think the fuel pump might be going out in this truck. But I made it through Chicago. Right before I hit Chicago, the truck went into reduced power mode when I was trying to accelerate onto an exit. And then in the middle part of Chicago, it tried to cut out on me, and I beat the dashboard and said, "You do not break down in the middle of Chicago traffic, or I will beat the living crap out of you." And it started working. And I haven't had a problem since, as long as I keep the throttle below 50%. Well, I'm in Indianapolis. It's either the fuel pump or the transcooler. It's doing it again. I can't go past 65. When I stomp it, it slows down. And it's only seeming to do it when the trans gets to about 150 degrees. When it's hovering around 120, it runs fine. So it's either a transcooler and the temp gauge is really screwed up, or it's the fuel pump. I'm not sure which. Yeah, I think the transmission overheated. It just suddenly downshifted and then downshifted, and then there was no power at all. So now I'm sitting on the side of the road 5 hours away from the house. Hi guys, welcome to Dylan's Chevrolet, and I don't know where the heck I am in Indiana. The truck sprung a fuel leak, and I have no other choice than to sit here and wait for them to fix this truck. At least now I know why it kept losing power. I bet you that's way overpriced. Look, the new version of my truck. Well, it's a 16 model. There's a Duramax. It's got a Z71 package on it. 14,000 miles. Yeah, it's out of my price range. Woo! I guess I'll have to have the truck fixed. Flex tape. You know, I could probably do that. If it takes them too long, I might end up doing that. There's no stores in this area, though, because I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Like, this is... I don't know where I am in Indiana right now. So, yeah, I can just tell you I'm at Dylan Chevrolet. Oh, neat. I didn't know they made those. Duramax 1500 Silverado. It's pretty nice. RSX package. It's not that nice. Well, I just went through every truck on the lot and nothing's in my range other than that one Silverado, and that's not going to happen. So, yeah, I guess I'm just kind of stranded here again. Well, it's 8:14 p.m. I filmed the intro to this video about, 3 hours ago? And just pulled out of a rest area, and all of a sudden the truck started going into limp mode again. The transmission started acting funny again, and I don't see any leaks. So there's still something going on with the transmission. I have no clue what. I'm still 133 miles from my house, so I'm hoping that pulling over and restarting the truck will fix it. Hopefully the next time you see this video, I will actually be home. And there might be a few more dents in the truck before I get there from me kicking it, but let's hope. Well, it's 8:33. I am 120 miles away from the house. It says I'll be there in 2 hours, but I can't go over 60. And the transmission's shifting very funny. Like, it doesn't want to shift, but eventually will kick into the next gear. So I'm trying my hardest to keep it in one gear and get as far as I can before it A, gives up, or B, I get there. So I'm hoping it doesn't give up. This is fun. It is 9:13 and still just chugging along. I have to roll in and out of the throttle. I can't go really past a fourth of the throttle, because if it shifts out of the gear it's in, it's like slamming on the brakes. It just loses all power and stops pulling. So I am really, really getting sick of this, but I've got 70 miles to go. I think I'm going to make it. And wow, this road's rough. So, yeah, I'll be there eventually. I am stuck in second gear in a construction zone with a line of traffic behind me. This is as fast as it will go. yeah. So I let it sit for 15 minutes on the side of the road in the construction zone, and yeah, it's shifting again, which makes me think that it's the shift computer and not the transmission, because if the trans temp gauge is right, it's not overheating. So it's the computer. Let's see how many miles we have on it right now. 317,880 miles. I don't know if it's going to make it to 318,000 miles. Depends how much that computer costs. But we are moving again. I may actually make it home after all. That's more proof that's probably the computer, because the transmission seems fine, but it's going to start messing up again soon, I'm sure. But it's running fine now. More proof it's probably just the control module, because it's running fine right now. Hey, welcome to the garage studio. We made it back. That wasn't fun. But after the third breakdown, it ran fine, as you saw in the videos. In fact, it's acting like it really doesn't want to get parted out. And I kind of don't want to part it out now. Don't know. The engine's the only thing valuable in the whole truck. So I doubt the transmission module is probably worth it to fix it, although it'd be an interesting manual swap. Could do that. But yeah, we made it back. We're going to wrap up the video by showing you everything special that I brought back from Ken. But before we do that, let's go over all the things that happened over the last month on this truck. I think I forgot to mention just how long it took me to get home. I left at 6:15 a.m. Eastern Time, which was 5:15 Central Time where I was, and it wasn't until 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time I got home. So 6:15 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. gives you the idea how long it took me. And I would have actually been home 5 hours earlier if that fuel line hadn't broken. The transmission issues actually didn't slow me down a whole lot. It only added probably another 15 minutes or so to the trip. The first time I sat for maybe 5 minutes, the other time 10 minutes. I got here, so yeah, it was a trip. So at this moment I realize, yes, basically this whole video is just me talking about this truck. So it's not really a tech video, although we will be showing some tech at the end. We're just talking about this pile of crap here. This rusty old bucket here. This Rust Belt truck that I bought extremely cheap, and it had a fully functional engine, but when I bought it also didn't have any brakes. But it was cheap. That's why I bought it. And it's been a great workhorse. It is the towing truck for the company. And until the hitch snapped, I have a replacement one, by the way. Till the hitch snapped last month, this was just towing stuff. When it snapped, we thought, yeah, it'd be a good trip truck, because it's been reliable. It's gone, since we bought it, it's gone 15,000 miles. It's had 3 oil changes. Not one problem whatsoever, after we fixed the brakes, of course. And it ran great. And then the Krazy Ken curse hit, and it didn't go well. When we wrecked, we messed up that bumper there, and that turn signal down there that's held in with zip ties was actually broken beforehand, but after the accident, it was way broken. When Chris put it in, he bought the cheapest Chinese headlight kit I think you could get for this truck, and they broke while he was putting them in, apparently, and he had it held in with like wood screws. So when we wrecked, the wood screw snapped out, and, well, it's held on with zip ties. But, you know, this truck's not very valuable other than the engine. It's an LOY Duramax, the second most reliable and most desired Duramax engine ever made. So, yeah. But as I explained to Ken, luckily the rust broke before the bumper mounts bent. So that's a structural thing there. A whole new kind of crumple zone rust. Remember, this whole truck's rust. And so the accident broke a connector in the engine itself. The injector connector snapped, and it eventually worked its way out. By eastern Chicago, it had broken, had come loose, and I was running on 7 cylinders. And the whole time I thought it was transmission issues, which actually part of it might have been now in hindsight. But we didn't know that at the time. But it was definitely a fuel delivery issue then. And this morning, it was probably a fuel delivery issue, but might have been mixed in with the transmission module that's not working right now. But yeah, wrecked, broke the connector in there. The engine stopped working right. It also snapped that loose, and we had to zip tie that on. If we go down through here, every time it broke down going to Ken's, I kicked it. And these bed sides are literally paper thin because of all the rust belt rust. This was originally an Ohio truck. We think it was a salt truck, but the frame itself is solid. The drivetrain was solid until the transmission issues. So it's still a great hauling truck until the hitch, of course, snapped down here. But we have a new one to put on it. And originally, a little while ago, in the video, I was talking about scrapping this thing, but I think we'll keep it. I think we can fix it. But here's the other dent I put in it by kicking it like that. It's even foot-shaped. A normal truck, it would have maybe put a little dent in it, but these panels are literally paper thin, and I can show you, because this side's even worse. When I bought this truck, this right here, there wasn't a hole, but it was just layers of paint. And now, if you just barely tap it, it just kind of falls apart like that. I actually put my foot through that. Yeah. So, like I said, this bed side is actually very paper thin. In fact, this flare should have flew off a long time ago. It's still connected. The other flare is too. But yeah, it's quite bad. But it's a very reliable truck, other than now the transmission issues and that fuel line snapping. But they fixed the fuel line. It was running great until the module and the transmission apparently started going. But yeah, that's what happened within the last month of this truck. It's life. Oh, and we also fixed the rear view mirror. It's reattached, so that's awesome. Anyway, so let's wrap up the video by showing you what Ken gave me that's very special. One of them, of course, is my thing. And I'll quickly say this. I already brought home the world's fastest late 2009 Mac Mini. It's sitting at the house, not in the studio. So I'm not going to show you that, but I'll show you some stuff Ken gave me that's pretty neat. So let's get to it. Okay, because I don't feel like actually filming this upstairs. I don't feel like unloading the truck right now. That's why the truck's parked in here. We're going to film it in here so we can wrap up the video. Ken gave me 3 very interesting things. I actually bought 2 of them, of course, but one of them, of course, is mine, and I wanted to show you them again. If you remember my iBook G4 clamshell. Here it is right here. Let's zoom you in fully. Here we go. It's right here, and if you click this link right up here, you can check out his video on it for the DOS Dude 1 Hrutkay Mods collab video. And in that video, he signed it. As we can see right here, where it won't focus. Why won't it focus? There we go. He signed it. Or have Colin sign it there. So, that's cool. Then, the other day, Ken was selling his ultra-wide monitor here, and I bought it. And I told him just hold on to it until I come and pick it up. And this is actually, he unboxed it in this video right up here, if it's still in existence. It wasn't a very popular video for him, but he used this as his editing monitor for quite some time until he got his new iMac. And now it's going to be my editing monitor, but there's something special about it. He also signed the back of it too, which is pretty neat. This is a big screen. It also has picture-in-picture compatibility, so I can have two systems plugged in at the same time and use them both, which is pretty neat. I'm looking forward to using this thing. It's an older widescreen, but it will still do what I need it to do, so I'm happy with that. Thank you, Ken. And the last thing, I'll show you that. The last thing to show you here is the notch book that Ken wrote. This is pretty neat, and you can actually get these customized and signed by him if you go to his Etsy link, which I'll leave in the description below. And this is a very nice little book here. It shows all the notches that he's found in Apple products, and it's a very high quality book here, and he took very, very good pictures of everything here. It's very colorful. Video doesn't do justice to it at all, but yeah, the notch book's really nice. Thank you, Ken. You can also have an inscription written on it. You guys won't catch that reference until after around New Year with one of his videos. It's just a little hint, but yeah. Yeah, the notch book. That was the other thing. So I now have 3 things autographed by him too, which is pretty neat. And this is going into my collection. It's actually probably end up in my background in future videos whenever I set up my background. It's pretty neat. So thank you, Ken, for that too. And thank you guys for watching today. It was hell, pure hell to get home. The Krazy Ken curse struck again, and it struck with vengeance. But I did get home, and that truck's actually, believe it or not, running right now, which is really weird, because I didn't think I was going to get home at one point. But I made it home, and yeah, I'm happy to actually be able to share this with you. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, I do have a Patreon where you can see these videos a day early, sometimes even earlier than that. And you might see some future interesting stuff you won't be able to see anywhere else on there. I'm also going to start the membership stuff on the channel soon. I haven't yet, but it's all set up and ready. I just got to actually enable it and figure out how it works. But anyway, got membership too in the future, so if you're watching this in the future, you can join my channel too. It'd help me out a lot if you'd like. But yeah, other than that, that's today's video. I finally made it home. It's now 11:30 p.m. and I have to get up at like 7 a.m. so I need to get to bed and go get the dogs, of course, before I go to bed. But still, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Yeah. Anyway, I know I didn't really enjoy filming it, nor did I plan on filming it, but yeah. Also, I forgot to mention, there are some other videos coming out this week, probably. I'm starting to work on right now. Hopefully I'll have them out around Christmas, maybe right after Christmas. Also, Ken and I filmed a video over the weekend which will be out Thursday. And if you're watching this before Thursday, which is the, let's see here, December 23rd, 2021, Ken's new video will be out, the one that we filmed together. Not the one that I'm in, but another one we filmed together. And Mac Yak, the 150th episode and Christmas special will be out Thursday also at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And Ken will be there, and Sean from Action Retro should be there. We may have a few other people, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and this has been a Hrutkay Mods video. So, video update. I am driving to work right now, and truck's no longer running fine. I had to take this because Chris reorganized everything and forgot to plug my excursion in, and 7.3s don't like sub-zero temperatures. I already broke down once, and I wasn't even probably 10 miles into the trip to work. I'm stuck in overdrive again. I don't think it's a transmission problem anymore. It's something controlling the injection modules, or injectors, or I don't know, but it keeps losing fuel pressure or something. I don't think it's the transmission. So, yeah. It has to be an injection control system problem. It's got to be a computer or something like that, because whether the transmission's hot or cold, it's still doing it. So it's not the trans, it's got to be the control module, because once it gets up to temperature, it probably starts freaking out. My 7.3 Excursion did the same thing. I don't know how it works in a Duramax. I understand power strokes. Duramaxes are a whole different beast. But I think I finally narrowed it down. Oh well.